Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries again today. Hope you're well. Doing fair to middle in here. Want to move it along. I'm trying to keep these shows as tight as I can. This is a sort of an oddball, all over the place topic, but it bounces off of yesterday's show, so that's why I'm doing it. It occurred to me, do it. Yesterday I was talking about like left hook, left hook, left hook, three of them that I got that sort of like solidified in my head that I was gay. And since I mentioned the third one, pursuant to yesterday's show, I thought, well, I might as well explain the third one, right? So yesterday we talked about how being on emergency, first left hook idea, Sean, feelings. Second time seeing the actor Christopher Makepeace in Meatballs. He was in My Bodyguard, I think. And then the third was this experience with this unicorn of a guy that finally said to me, okay, you definitely have complicated feelings here, contradictory and all kinds of stuff. So here's how it went. I fell into my 14th year that I will never live down because, like we're allowed to we're not allowed to have a life before we're hired. And then surprise, it was a bad life before we hired you. Now we're punishing you, even though I took a court order to not divulge information about the movie. And yet allegedly someone else did, and there were no repercussions. And then those people were allowed to go and be bad and write books and be forgiven. But I turned myself around after ET. And I was bad before ET, and I have no fucking idea where the logic is here anymore. Let's let it go, right? Okay, so I'm in high school. I'm entering this 14th year. And I'm ingratiating myself into my future three besties because I got to get out of it being an 8th grade dork. And I decided that summer I'm walking into 9th grade. I'm not going to take fucking any shit, anymore. So I'm going to be a badass, and, people are just going to leave me alone. So as I'm doing that, in my Doc Martens and my friggin', Black Flag t-shirt and tattered acrylic sweaters and crucifixes and bandanas and everything, spiky hair. So I'm ingratiating right into my future 9th grade girlfriend and my two besties into this gang of four. So I'm pushing. We got first period French. I'm showing up. I'm looking hip. We're chattering more than usual. So as this is happening, and it's happening with great velocity, because 14 was quite a year. I packed a whole hell of a lot into being 14 and 15 and a half, like you wouldn't believe. Especially, let's just say 14 to 15, so that Amblin doesn't have a coronary again. So as I'm doing this, there's this person in her life already named Ben. And so here I am, and I'm learning the ropes of how to kind of copy them even, and not get gutsy, because I was already balls to the wall about everything in my head, but I had to front, I had to show up, I got to deliver the goods, right? So I'm looking cool, I'm doing cooler things, I'm acting cooler, I'm in tighter. And now I'm with my 9th grade girlfriend, and I fall deeply in love with my 9th grade girlfriend. I always was, I always will be. But she's got this guy in her life. Now, it wasn't just enough to have a guy in your life. If I had been straight, it would have been like, okay, well, hey, a little sort of toxic masculinity, pong, and then it's over. No, my girlfriend had a bisexual boyfriend who had a crush on her friend that was a boy. Oh, okay, so let me keep this rolling. I know. It's Sean, right? So he is a presence in her life, but he's like this unicorn. He's like this ethereal thing to me. He's hip, he's cute, he's punkish, but not it doesn't fall into kind of any arena. He's cute, he's punk, he's mysterious, he's enigmatic. All of these things are not helping Sean's brain, right? Because that's, he's always going after what he can't have, aren't we all? Or a lot of us. So now I'm in this thing where okay, so the other two, besties are kind of not in this sort of trifecta, because it's me, her, and him.